So, Steph, bells coming up. We've had some really good results down there.
Yeah, how many bells have you won?
I've won none, but contributed to many.
How many in total?
I think it's 16.
Wow.
I think it could
That's
be 14.
huge. That's got to be the most.
Well, how many have you won?
4.
4? How many seconds?
Oh, I don't count those.
And looking at this, with one of the first boards that you won bells on, there was no such thing as a model. I think I've written on this one, this was a
I was just looking at that before.
So this was a D2 XC, that's extra concave. D2 was the rocker, which the D2 was what the DNA ended up morphing into.
Okay.
So we've added more concave, more rocker. And all those other ones that you've won was on DNAs. So going to Bell's Bowl, what are you normally riding now?
My last win at Bells, I was riding a 5'10", 18 and 8, 2 3/16.
Round tail?
Round tail.
You've always ridden round tails really there, haven't you?
No, my first 2 I won on squash tails. The outline you were using with Joel was sort of what I always wanted to get because it just had like the hips here and like a smaller squash tail. Yeah. And I really liked those, but yeah, everyone just kind of moved into round tails eventually. I feel like they were pretty versatile. Like you could use them when it was small, winky, and then even if it was Bell's Bowl, fit your manoeuvres in the face of the wave when you needed to and still draw it out when you needed to as well.
It amazes me that you can ride a 5'10" out there.
My first 8 years on tour, the women were really put it just rink on. Like when Bell's Bowl was on, the men's were out there, and when the women's were on, it was like small bowl, or we were high tide rink on. Didn't really get to open up in the Bell until the later years of my career, and I think that was when I finally got to figure out, okay, this is what I like to feel on a board. And in the bowl, it was like a 5'10" round tail. It just carried speed. Yep. And also, Bell's almost feels like it doesn't have the cup out at the bottom, very bottom. You have to like teeter with the pressure you're putting when you're doing a bottom turn. Like you'd never push too hard, otherwise you'd lose your speed. It was all about gliding through it.
Yeah, Mick was saying that before, just the bottom turn is so important. And it's interesting because all these boards were developed on our points here, you know, Snapper, Kera, Rainbow, you know, D-bar with a lot of curve in the waves. But there's something about that DNA. Yeah,
being able to know how hard you can push it on that bottom turn and know that it's not going to like skip out or you're going to lose your speed or your drive, that was crucial. And Bell's, it's an amazing wave because it can really do your head in.
So did you get any sessions at Winky when you were doing the tour?
Yeah, we had a couple of sessions. I actually really struggled with Winky. It looks like a great wave because it was always talked up as this long, incredible wave. We come from the Gold Coast. A long wave is like 25 turns, 3 barrels, and like 4 or 5 drop-ins. That's what I loved so much about the DNA. Yeah. I used it everywhere. I used it in France, Mexico, bells, snapper, trestles. I loved the idea of having this board that I could use in everything, and it eliminated those moments where you're just paddling out for your heat and you're questioning your equipment, is it right? To eliminate those thoughts was super crucial for me, and that board allowed me to do that.
Well, we got to thank Mick a lot for putting all that R&D into the DNA.
I reaped the rewards for your
from all
partnership, for sure. Still am.
Big bells. Have you had big bells?
Not huge, but some good 6-foot days, I would say.
Still on a 5'10", or would you go to a 5'11"?
Definitely up to a 5'11". I mean, this is a 6'0". My first year on tour I was 18, I was riding 6'0", 6'1s, but they never put the women out when it was solid back then. So now, I'm riding 5'9s. I still think my dream board's 5'10", but when it's bigger, 5'11". 6'0 is probably, like Margaret River, I would ride a 6'0 a lot. That was a really nice number for me.
And you got a little heat down there with Mick?
Yep, that'll be fun. Hopefully Mason's in it too, so it's just not Mick completely waxing me in front of everyone. But
all right.
We'll see. It should be fun.
Yep, all right. Thanks for that, Steph. We'll see you down at Bells and have some fun.